Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Distance Learning in PE or Physical Education. My name is Mrs. Boguski, Danielle Boguski. Really excited to have all of you and start the school year off. I am hoping that I'm not just speaking to students, but also to parents. So if you are a student and you don't have a parent with you or an adult, and you can grab someone to watch this with you, that would be great. This purpose of this is just to share a little bit about who I am and to talk to you about what to expect for this class. So let's get started. I've been teaching here in Hopkins for 20 years, Hopkins West and North Junior High, as well as the high school. Last year, I found myself at Eisenhower Jingjing, teaching physical education elementary, which has been a learning curve for me, but a fun experience. And this year now, I have been assigned to work with the distance learning students with PE. So I'm really excited about that. I have a history of also teaching an online course for health high school students that I've been doing prior to COVID, the COVID craziness. But I really do enjoy the online experience as well. So things about me, I coach. I actually coach softball at McAllister College. I've done a lot of coaching in my life and enjoy it. I find myself now, I have a 13 and 14-year-old. I get to watch them play sports. They play lots of sports, so I cheer them on. I like to golf. I'm in a women's golf league, which is a lot of fun. I enjoy reading. And something that's last 3 years with our family, we've really gotten into camping. We got a little pop-up camper and we do some camping together. So that's been a lot of fun as well. So these are pictures of my family. I thought I'd introduce them. My husband, Paul, my daughter, Josie, is 13, going into 8th grade here this year. She starts next week. And my son, Jacob, is 14, and he is in 9th grade and starting high school for the first time. So I do understand the experience of and the idea of, trying to, my kids will both be doing distance learning to start the school year. And, I anticipate some learning curves on our end as parents but pretty excited for them. This is just pictures of them and just different activities that we enjoy as a family. So what will distance learning look like this year in physical education? We have a great vision, and sometimes that vision does not always pan out exactly the way that we think. But we are hoping that we have some consistency here. So each student will have about 23 days in their different specialists to really focus in on what that learning will be and go a little deeper. So in physical education, my thought, and this is again my vision, is that as we go through things, we will use what I call a Bitmoji classroom. So students, take a look. This is Mrs. Boguski's virtual classroom. And each day I'll have, or each lesson will have different things to search and look for in the classroom. And those different, like the first one says TV here. So if we were to click on the TV when you're doing the assignment, it will actually bring you to a video to learn more about exercising your heart. So then the next number 2 says the heart. You find the heart. You have to try and find the heart. You would click on that and you would do an exercise of your own to work on your heart. So lots of really cool things to do on this interactive page. We'll talk more about what that will look like as well. But you want to kind of go through and talk about what to expect. So this is student paced. And what that means is each week the student will have, we're looking for about 2 hours slotted for their specialist experience. So the PE is one of the specialists. Art, music, Spanish are the other specialists as well. But right now, while you're doing PE, throughout the week, about 2 hours. So you can divide that up how you want. So that's what I mean by student paced. We don't want to overwhelm anyone with 2 hours in one day. It might be best if it's like a half an hour each day. Some students work a little faster, some a little slower. We don't want anyone to be stressed. We just want to provide our best opportunity for our distance learning with our specialists. As you see, like all the curriculum that you'll come across is definitely standard focused. So we have standards, academic standards that we want all students, and students we want you to do and learn. And if you want to learn more about what those standards are and what our focus is, you'll be able to click on a button on the homepage in Canvas to access the standards for that lesson as well. What I've decided, and I'm going to try this out to start, is that there will be two options for your learning experience. They will be the same content, but the options will just look a little different. So the first option will be this Bitmoji classroom, is what, my virtual classroom, and it will be teacher led. So the video that we see right now that I'm speaking on will be a part of the learning, and I'll break it into, I think, about 3 videos, depending on the week, that the students will click on, and it will be more teacher led. So parents and helpers, if that works best for you logistically, then you could kind of just set them up, click, and it should be, a chunk of time that they will just be watching a video recording of me, and I'll be walking them through some activities. They'll be moving, they'll be watching things. So that's one of the options. The second option is if the adult or helper wants to be the ones that are actually guiding them through the lesson, is you will have the opportunity to click on an actual classroom that will make it interactive for you. So then you can follow like on this one, it has 5 steps. You can follow and click on those and go through the activity, and it just will need to be a little more guided. And depending on the reading level of your student, you might need to read some things and kind of talk through some things with them. But the lesson is still there. Either option, you pick what works best for you. So we are asking, just for all of us to have some patience while we're learning Canvas and how to navigate this. I do think that we have a good system in place, but we are welcoming feedback. And if there's anything that you're saying, even the good one, yeah, this works really well, or hey, this might be too much or too little, or could we just please know that we love feedback. We want to make this the best experience for our students and make distance learning the best that we can. One thing to know is that your specialists will not be graded. So PE will not be graded, but we do have expectations that they are logging in and completing the work each week. And most importantly, as we go through this, we really want to make sure that everyone's having fun and being active. So some of our activities will be led with the computer and moving. Some of them will be encouraging them to go and do something, shut the computer off and go do something else. So, being active and moving is important, but following the lesson will be helpful so that we can hit some of those benchmarks and standards that are expected in physical education. All right. Now, one thing that is a little, hopefully not too confusing, and please don't look at this and get confused or overwhelmed, parents, but this is just a calendar, and I wanted to walk through what to expect. So as you can see, we have kindergarten through 6th grade, and we have 4 specialists that are in this, we've gone back and forth between Encore boards or choice boards, but these, this is like a calendar, the spreadsheet for what to expect and when students will have what. You don't even need to ever look at this. What will happen in Canvas is when your student is supposed to be in Spanish, let's say, it will pop up their tile and their learning opportunity in Spanish. So they'll know that. You won't need to go and click around or go try to have to find different things like we did last spring. They will know because it will be there. If it's not there, it means they don't have it right now. But I just wanted to show you kind of the idea. So for the first 6, or I think it's like a 23-day rotation, which also goes along with how the hybrid students are working in the schools. But they will have, so let's just look at 1st grade, for example. They start with PE, so I should have 1st graders to start with. And then 1st graders will move to Spanish for the next 23 days. And then from Spanish, they'll move to what we call a choice board. That actually might change. So if it's called something else, it's basically what that is all four: Spanish, PE, music, and art will be options for students to explore and do. And we are encouraging them to do a variety of those during the choice time. So back to the first grade, then they move to art, then they go to a choice board again, music, and then choice board. So I just wanted to show you this so you get an idea that we really are, the goal is to not overwhelm students with having all four specialists at once. That's a lot, and logistically a lot to navigate. But we do want them to have, the best we can do is a nice, solid amount of focused curriculum in each area, and then continue to explore all the options when they have choice time. So that's what I have for you. And please reach out if you have any questions. Just know that we are here. We're excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. So students, I know I wish I could be face-to-face with you, and we'll get there. We'll get back to that someday. But I'm here, and we are going to do this together, and you're going to have lots of fun, and we're going to keep you active and make sure your bodies are healthy and make sure that you are happy. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Good luck.